In this screencast, I'm going to go over how to use the Gradebook application that we have that runs in PowerSchool and how you can use it with Schoology. So your computer should already be installed with this icon. If you don't have it installed, you can actually get it from our tech department. Lewis or Harvey would be happy to do it for you. Go ahead and click on the Gradebook Log, and I would suggest keeping a shortcut somewhere, either on your start page or wherever you'd like, but definitely click on this icon. It makes things a lot faster. And this is what will show up. You'll see Power Teacher, and then the school username, then go ahead and just type in your password. And then I'll show you what one of the pages looks like. One of the neat features that we have going between Schoology and Power Teacher Gradebook is that you can actually automatically create assignments and tests in Schoology and sync the grades immediately into the Gradebook itself. I'll show you that at a later date. That's probably a little bit too much for right now. So here's an example of a normal class, and you can see that it's pretty much at the end of the semester. I want to point out a few things. Your students will automatically be populated. Okay, so as soon as you open up, and you can see up here in the upper left your different classes. Last year I had these 3 classes. So you just click on the one that you want to show, and it will show you that particular class. Okay, now this will all be blank over here. All right. Some things that I want you to pay attention to. Go up to where it says reporting term, and again notice that the tab that's on here is the score sheet, and this is really the most important one. These are of some help, but quite honestly you're going to be on this page most of the time. So go up to this particular part right here where it says reporting term, and make sure, I want to show you what shows up, make sure that you're in the correct place. Okay, so for example, when we first start out, it'll say Q1. And if I click Q1, those are all the grades that this person had, or this class had in the first quarter. You notice then it'd be the second quarter is there. Remember that each quarter is worth 40% at our school. And then notice that you have a final. The final is worth 20%. And then their grade, semester grade, is up here. And then that's their final grade right here. Okay, so just make sure that you're in the correct reporting term. Like I said, it pretty much automatically changes depending on what the dates are. Okay, and you'll notice this also down here, quarter 1 in progress. Now, I want to show you how to set up a grading assignment. So right here off to the just above the names, you'll see this little plus sign. So add assignment, just go ahead and do a quick rollover and you can see what it is. Okay, so let's go ahead and add an assignment, and this is what pops up. Now name the assignment. I'm going to recommend that you have some kind of a nomenclature system in place. So for example, if your categories, notice that it says categories here, and this is where the categories are. You should probably decide in advance what your graded categories will be. Like you'll notice that I actually experimented a little bit, so I ended up not using all of these, but I had a grade for assignments, some assignments. I did an extra credit category. This was a video thing that I had kids watch on a regular basis. They got points for that. Homework, different from assignments, projects, quizzes, reading, test, video projects that I did, warm-up quizzes. Now I actually ended up at the end of the year, and you can actually add these categories and it'll give them a different color and a different amount of weight, how much points you want, for example. I would say in advance, if you could, pick 4 or 5 different categories and then just create them. Okay, just put add. You'll create the assignment category here. You'll notice that it has the name of the category, what color you want it to be, how many points you want that particular assignment in that category to be worth. You set those all in advance, including the final grade. I did all points, for example. I didn't do percentages or letter grades. I did all points. And if you want to fill this in, you actually can. Okay? Actually, let me just cancel this out here. Now I want to create an assignment. Let's say I want to create an assignment with something that I did most of the time, where warm-up quizzes at the beginning of every class. So I'm going to call this warm-up, and that's my category. And then I actually named what the warm-up was. And again, I taught geometry and algebra, so I'm going to pick something that we might have done. I want to say something like areas of circles. Okay. Click on the abbreviation, it'll abbreviate it for you. The category, go ahead and specify. I wanted it to be a warm-up. It'll automatically give the number of points. See, that was 5 possible points. And then whatever day it was want to be due, you can go ahead and put that in here. Okay? And then click Save. Now look what happens when you do that. Let me click out of this assignment. It's right up here in this little corner. And then when I scroll to the back, oh, let me get to the right spot here. Oh, wait a minute, I can't end it. It will appear actually right here that the term has ended, so I can't do it. But after you've done that, the actual assignment will appear right here, just like one of these, and this will be totally blank. Okay? And then you can just go ahead and add the scores in, and you're all done. All right, so let me just go through that one more time. Click on the class up here in the upper left-hand corner. Make sure that your grading reporting period is in the correct place, and again, it's automatic depending on what day we're on. Make sure you have your categories chosen. If you want to add an assignment, go ahead and click up to this Add Assignment. Fill it out. Make sure your category is specified. Okay. Again, this is all has to be filled in. And then when it's finished, you'll probably save it and then close it out, and it will appear as a blank. It'll appear right up here, and then it'll appear, and you notice that you scroll over, it will actually tell you exactly what it is, and these will all be blank, and you can fill them in as you like. Okay, I hope that was helpful. These are automatically shown to the kids, so a lot of times they'll be watching as soon as you're doing them, filling in the grades. They're only these grades are the ones that count. There's a gradebook in Schoology that we do not use. You're required to update your grades every 2 weeks, which means that it makes a lot of sense to create, I think, daily assessments, that what we call low-stake assessments. You'll notice, for example, that my warm-up quizzes were only worth 5 points. I didn't have any in this first quarter. Let me show you what I looked at a little bit later. Like by the end of the 4th quarter, I had my group of categories all set up. But you'll notice that these warm-ups were only worth 5 points compared to like a project, which was worth 100. My quizzes were only 50 points each. But the discussions, for example, were only 2 points. So these low-stake assignments are a good way to build up confidence. It's a good way to keep kids accountable on a daily basis. Remember, you're only meeting twice, sometimes 3 times a week. Yeah, so I would say do that, and that way you'll always have grades going into your gradebook, and you'll be in compliance, and the kids will be happy because they'll see their grades change constantly. Okay, I hope that was helpful. If you have any questions, make sure you ask me.